Hey, Fight fans, welcome back to Carlo Prusa MMA. We got a special guest for you today. We got a top flyweight prospect. He is the 10-2 Mr. Cody Davis. You might have seen him in LFA, former LFA title holder. Cody, what's going on, my friend? How are you enjoying this beautiful Saturday?
Man, I'm enjoying it. Just got done teaching kids class. Got a workout in. Now I'm over here hanging out with Carlos Peroza. Now I'm over here. How you guys doing?
Awesome, man. So, obviously, you've been doing some great things in mixed martial arts. If anyone has watched LFA, they've probably seen you've really planted your name as one of those premier guys in LFA. And I think one of the reasons why is, man, you're such a fun fighter to watch. You're very well-rounded mixed martial arts. Your wrestling is incredible. You snatch somebody, you get able to close the distance and get them down. It's not going to end well for him. You've also proven that you have the hands. At what point in the career did you really start thinking, hey, if I want to try to go to the UFC, if I want to try to be a world champion, that I need to be as well-rounded as possible?
It's probably being here in the gym sparring, and it's like I'm not gonna be able to take everybody down. So I'm not gonna be able to take everybody down. So I better start working my hands. I better start getting everything good. And also watching people in the UFC. Like my three favorite people to watch is Demetrius Johnson, Khabib, and Volkanovski. Those are my three favorite people to watch. You got a wrestler, you got Volkanovski. He's a wrestler, but he's more of a striker. And you got DJ that kind of does everything. So I watched those three. I watched Khabib's wrestling. I watched Volkanovski for his striking because he's short just like me, and I like the game he kind of plays, and I like DJ because he does everything and he does everything. He's very smart. So it kind of started in the gym.
How did you really get your start in the mixed martial arts? Were you doing wrestling in high school? Did that wrestling background exist before you started competing?
I never wrestled a day in my life. I because I went to school in Wisconsin. I went to college in Wisconsin for about 5 years, and I graduated there. And I went to a gym called Unified Mixed Martial Arts, and I'm actually going back there to go do a seminar as well, March 29th. But yeah, I started there, and then I graduated. I came here to see May. I met Chad and everything. I was only doing MMA for about 3 months, so I was brand spanking new. Didn't know anything. Then I just started training. I started competing during jiu-jitsu tournaments, and next thing you know, I started fighting. So you know what they say, birds of a feather flock together. So I just started dealing with people, doing what they do. The people I hang out with, they do. So
When it comes to the regional scene, you've already fought on some big promotions there. Before your time in LFA, you actually fought on Cage Warriors. I think one of my favorite regional promotions, all the great talent, McGregor, Saddies, all those guys. What was it like fighting for them?
Oh man, Cage Warriors was dope. I would love to go fight for them again. Especially because we fought outside and like the hotel they put me in, it was super nice. The cage was super nice. Outside, it was different. Man, it was a good time. And downtown San Diego was nice as well. Driving around there after weigh-ins and everything, just seeing the whole city. It was super nice. I really enjoyed it.
One thing that you notice in this day and age is the sport has really evolved. 20, 25 years ago, man, people are calling this human cockfighting. Like, if you said that you were a fighter back in the day, people thought you were like in criminal activity, like you'd go to prison and stuff. They didn't understand what it was. Now we're at a point where California is really a hotbed of mixed martial arts. On any given weekend, on a Saturday, you could have 5 or 6 different regional shows in one state, which I think is absolutely insane.
Yeah.
How is it to live somewhere where MMA is so enriched in the culture?
Man, it's great because I look at it on a competition aspect. Like I do a whole bunch of jiu-jitsu tournaments as well. I actually have a submission grappling tournament coming up on March 7th. So I know I'm over here with the best competition. I know I'm training with the best guys. So I know I'm training with the best guys. I'm competing with the best guys. So that's a good feeling to have.
During your time in LFA so far, you've made a great name for yourself. You've really showed off the ground ability. There's a couple contests. Your victory over Prado, Camacho, both of them. I think one of them was a rear naked choke. The other one, I think, was like a triangle or something like that.
Head and arm triangle, yeah.
Head and arm triangle. Those performances really showcased your ability and really showed us that you can do great things on the ground. How important were those performances in your success in your career so far?
They were very important. because after the Prado fight, remember I was coming off a loss against Clamaco, and I really want to come out. I want to come out. I want to finish everybody. I want to finish everybody. That's our mindset here at the gym. That was starting to be that was my mindset when I went to tournaments. That was my mindset in practice. I need to finish everybody. I don't want to go to decision. When I look at fighting, I'm like, if we're in the street, the fight is not going to end with somebody saying, "All right, guys, that's time." All right, this guy won because he had this many points, whatever. No, the fight's going to end by somebody stepping in and stopping it, or somebody getting hurt really, really bad or knocked out. So I really want to go out there and finish people. I want to be a finisher.
Those two performances led to your title shot in LFA over Sakara. Obviously, you're able to win that contest. You're able to do a beautiful finish there. It's really start the legacy, really start being a champion at a very well-respected and known promotion. What was that experience like for you?
It was a good experience. The camp was hard. The camp was no joke. It was a really good experience. And see, he's a really good opponent as well. He actually hurt me in that fight as well. And his jiu-jitsu was good. His jiu-jitsu was good. I just felt like sometimes I feel like a lot of the times he went for things that were kind of unnecessary. But but his hips were good and everything, and he was moving really well. And the best part is that I was able to do it back in my hometown. Like I always say this, like Ozzy Diaz when he fought for his belt back at LFA about a year or two before mine. I remember being there. It's like Ozzy Diaz just like kind of like the big homie to me. He's a big homie to me, and I remember just walking around the Commerce Casino. I'm like, wow, like this is my card now. I'm seeing my face everywhere. So like this is my card. This is my time now. So that was a good feeling to me to do it in front of all my friends and family.
One thing that I think has really become an issue in combat sports, and we've seen this from boxing over years, and now it's trickling to MMA, is you're seeing regional promotions pick their guys, and they're feeding them favorable matchups. You see top prospects fighting guys that are 5-11, who are 0-4. You even see something like top prospects fighting like debut guys. Makes no sense, dude. LFA, especially, is a promotion where if you're there, you're gonna be finding the top guys. You're a great example of it because the guys you are taking on are top prospects. You go from winning the title. Next fight, you took on Eduardo Henrique, a guy who's now 13-2, who shows that he's probably going to the UFC soon. What are the choices with you? You're the type of guy, you're going to fight everyone. Do you feel like this is what you need to do to prove yourself that you're going to be fighting at the UFC in these bigger promotions?
Yes, I'm gonna fight everybody, and also I believe I'm the best flyweight in the world. Like I'm gonna fight everybody. I don't like I believe I'm stronger than everybody. I'm faster than everybody, and back then I wasn't as smart. But now it's like I'm not at my job anymore, and now it's like my brain is. I'm like in MMA. I'm in like my like I'm not coming off of work tired. I'm here. I'm actually like kind of paying attention now. So I understand. I'm understanding what's going on now. So I believe I believe I'm getting way smarter now. I understand what I'm doing. I understand what I'm doing now.
Do you feel that fighting is more mental than it is physical?
Yeah, way more mental. Way more mental. Um, you gotta you can't just go out there. You gotta understand what's going on out there. And there's a difference between training in the gym and going out there and go fight. I feel like I always me and Chad always say, well, Chad always says, training in here, in the gym with your friends, it's a safe space. You're not under the lights. Now when you get under the lights, it's like now the lights are shining on you. It's hot. It's going to show who you really are.
One thing that we're seeing in this new MMA game, I guess you could say, is the rise of personality in entertainment. Back in the day, 20, 25 years ago, your fighting would be enough to get it done. Now, there's guys that are putting up facades. There's guys who are straight characters because they know they're going to get a title shot. They're going to go to the UFC. It's going to put asses in seats. They're going to make money off of it. How do you feel like entertainment and personality has affected mixed martial arts?
It's affected it big time. Like I said before, look at me. I'm wearing a do-rag. I'm wearing a do-rag during my interview. Look at my past interviews. I would never do that. I'm wearing a do-rag now. And it's like I wore the do-rag on purpose.
I think a byproduct of this whole entertainment and personality-driven era is a term now we all use. It's called the casual fans. So the casual fan, if you're not aware, they're usually drunk. They like to go to B-dubs to watch the fights. They like to sit in the cheap seats. They like to yell, like twist them and the you know what, and you're a crotch humper, or crotch sniffer, and all this stuff. They use all this terminology. You're probably aware of them. They probably like to try to pick fights with people and stuff. Yeah, it happens all the time. Overall, what do you think of these people? Is this just something that we're going to have to accept that's good for the sport, but it's annoying as all get up?
I think we're just gonna have to deal with it unless they come in the gym and they start training. I think it's just something we're just gonna have to deal with. Like I was doing a little session, a little quick 20-25 minute session with one of the people here. She works up at the front, and she was like, about it was a little jiu-jitsu session, and she was like, wow, now when I watch like MMA or UFC, I'm gonna understand what's going on the ground now. Like, yeah, it's like it's stuff that's actually going on the ground, but it's like I just feel like once people actually get in there, they actually go do it, it's not as easy as they think.
I think the casual fans, they look at the big names of the sport, right? They look at the DJs, they look at the Masvidals, the Conor McGregors, and they're like, wow, it must be amazing to be a fighter. Look at the glory, look at the fame. Little do they know, man, battling it out on the regional scene. First off, most guys are losing money. A lot of guys have the 9-to-5 job. They might have a wife. They might have kids. You have to pay to train. You have to wake up early, stay up late. You have to miss birthdays, Thanksgivings, holidays, all this stuff you sacrifice just for the chance to potentially fight in a bigger promotion. You've been doing this for a very long time, man. What's made you want to keep kicking and punching forward?
What's made me want to keep like kicking and punching forward is just believing. And I tell everybody, I enjoy training. I enjoy training. I love being here with the guys. I love getting down and dirty with the guys. I love training hard with the guys. It's like a brother thing, It's like a brotherhood thing. So it's just like it wasn't the fighting that got me attracted. It was the training that got me attracted. The training hard every day, the lifestyle that got me attracted. That keeps me going, and like trying to perfect my technique and everything. That's what keeps me going.
For you, what's the ultimate goal? What do you want to accomplish with your mixed martial arts career?
I want to be a champion. I want to be a champion. I want to be the best in the world. I want to be a champion. I want to be the best in the world. That's what I want to accomplish.
The last time we saw you out in action was a great win over in LFA. It was last year. You're sitting on a bit of a layoff here. Anything going on?
We're just waiting, man. I've had about like 5 or 6 people reject to fight me. So hopefully we can get something going or re-get Contender series. Because I've done well. I'm not gonna say I feel I have done everything. I have done everything I have to do at the regional level, at the LFA level. I've had the belt. I've won the belt. I've got all my finishes. I fought everybody. What is there else for me to do?
You've alluded to it a little bit just now, but there's a reality show, or I don't know if you call it a reality show, but there's a series that starts every summer. It's called the Dana White's Contender series.
Mm-hmm.
Would we be lying if we're not thinking about that for this year?
Oh yeah, we're thinking about that. Yeah. Oh, I thought I said that. I thought I said that. Yeah, we're definitely thinking about that. I definitely want to be on that. I'm not like definitely. I definitely feel like I should be on it. I deserve to be on it. I fought everybody. I've done everything. I was a champion of a well-known promotion, 10-2. I have finishes. I have a couple of finishes on my belt against good guys, and I don't duck anybody.
With that whole philosophy, you're kind of one of those dudes. It doesn't matter who it is. You're going to accept it anywhere, any place, anytime. Mm-hmm. Do you think that's something that's going to help you in this career?
Yes. Yeah, it's going to help me. Because it's like I'm not looking for handouts. And me and my coaches, we think that once you get to the UFC, you should be ready for a title shot. It's not like it's like come on, it's making big sense. It's not like, oh, let me get to the UFC, let me get a couple warm-up fights. No, it's like if I go to the UFC 125, I should be ready to fight Pantoja, and I am ready to fight Pantoja.
You know, with you, you're 30 years old. You're getting in
Yeah,
the prime of your career right now. Do you kind of look at this? It's like, obviously you can't fight forever. This is one of those sports where you have to have your window and you need to get out before things start getting bad. You
yeah.
feel like you're at a position now where, it's game time. You got to get in and you can make an impact right off the jump.
Of course, of course. Yeah, it's game time right now. I'm ready to go right now. I'm telling my coaches, I'm telling my management. I'm like, I call my management every day. Like, hey man, what's up, man? What's going on? I tell Chad every day, like, hey man, like I'm ready to go, and he knows I'm ready to go. I'm in here training every day. I'm doing my strength and conditioning. I'm going over what I need to go over, and I'm here at night as well training, and I'm drilling. I'm doing everything I have to do.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but you're Iridium guy, right?
First round management.
Your first round management guy. Okay, so first round management, obviously tons of prospects on there, tons of great fighters on there.
Yes.
They got Ilya Tapuria, they got a bunch of names. John Jones is on there, Mike Perry's on there. What's it like being part of that team?
It feels good. It feels good because first round they don't just take everybody. It's like no shot and no management, but they just don't take everybody. They take they'll take a certain type of person, So it feels good being a part of them.
For you, what does it mean to call yourself a mixed martial artist?
Um, that's a good question. That's a really good question. It means that to me, it means like I remember I was doing Uber one day. Yeah, I was doing Uber. I was doing Uber one day. And I told this lady, like, yeah, I'm a pro MMA fighter, and she goes, man, I know that takes a lot of skill and a lot of years. I'm like, yeah, so I believe it's when you tell somebody you're a mixed martial artist, you're a very skillful person. You put a lot of work into your craft. So when I think of mixed martial artist, I think of skill, because it's not just you can't just half-ass it. You have to put in the work. You have to put in the time.
MMA's definitely become more culturally accepted. People are viewing it just as much of a sport as baseball and football and basketball, but I think people still don't truly understand what it is to be a mixed martial artist. And sure, yeah, you're going out there, you're fighting people, you're trying to win, you're inflicting violence on others. Sure, yeah, that's part of it. But I think a lot of people don't see the values associated with the discipline, the respect, the
Yes.
loyalty. Are those values that you think has helped mold you and who you are today?
Yes. Like I feel I'm healthy mentally and physically. I feel whenever I come out here on the mat, I have to challenge myself. I challenge myself is more mentally than physically. And sometimes when I don't challenge myself, when I don't take those hard rounds, I go home. I'm like, I should have. I don't feel like the best, I don't feel like I've done my best. So I feel like being a mixed martial artist, it's a challenge. It's a challenge that is a challenge. It's an everyday thing.
What's it like, right now in your gym, you've kind of emerged as one of those top guys. There's no secret. You're a top prospect. You're a guy that's probably going to go in the UFC very near future. What's it like to be able to have younger guys come up to you, ask you for advice, younger fighters DMing you, asking you for advice, telling them that they look up to you, inspire them? What is that like for you?
Sometimes it's like, honestly, sometimes I'll be sitting there. I'm like really, you look up to me? Because I don't, because I don't walk around like having like looking for people trying to be a leader or anything. I just walk around. I just try to just go out there, being here, go out there. I just try to go do my best, go do what I have to do. I don't try to be a leader. I just try to just be the best me. And if somebody needs some advice or some help, like yeah, I'm here. But I'm not trying to like be like this rah guy, like I'm the youngest I'm the youngest boy out of like two brothers, and I'm small. I'm the youngest boy out of two brothers. I'm small, and I've always been the youngest out of everything, and the smallest. So it's like I've just kind of just been my whole life just been doing my own thing. And but it does feel good though that people like they'll be like, oh man, like I really like the way you do things, or you're really setting the bar. But so yeah, it does feel good. Like I don't try to, but I just try to just be the best me. That's it. That's all you can do in life is just be the best you.
I've been watching this sport for such a long time. And I think just very recently, I started really looking at this as, mixed martial arts, it's a sport, but it's also very much a business. And you're really starting to see it with guys in the regional scene. Picking fights, that's a business move. Who your management is, business move. Doing
Yes.
interviews, business move.
Yes.
Sponsor, what are you going to post? Are you starting to look at this as a business?
Yes, I am. That's why, like I said, I got 3 right now.
All right, let's obviously, you're a great fighter. We could talk about yourself a little bit, but let's talk about a little mixed martial arts on a mainstream level now. A little bit, some top UFC fights coming up. I want to get your predictions here. Obviously, you're a fighter. You follow the sport. You train. You watch it. Let's get some predictions from Cody Davis here. We have a big fight coming up. Magomed Ankalaev taking on Alex Pereira next week. Who do we got? Who's winning that one?
I want to go with Pereira.
Pereira?
I want to go with Pereira. He's a monster. It's like I feel like once he touches you, that's it. I'm gonna go with Pereira.
How about Sean Brady and Leon Edwards?
Ooh, I'm gonna go with Leon Edwards. I feel like he's really technical. I feel like Leon Edwards is very technical. I'm going with Leon Edwards.
Michael Chandler or Patty Pimblett?
I'm gonna go Michael Chandler. I'm gonna go Michael Chandler on that one. I'm gonna go Michael Chandler. I want to see him. I want to see Michael Chandler do it. I want to go Michael Chandler.
Diego Lopez or Alex Volkanovski?
Ooh, that's a good one. That's a good one, man. How long has Volkanovski been out for? I hope he's been resting.
I think it's been about over a year, right? It was October of 2023 was his last time out there.
Yeah, against Topuria.
No, it was February of 24 was against Topuria.
Oh, so it's been a year.
It's been a year.
It's been a year. That's gonna be a good one because Diego Lopez no slouch. He gets down. He gets down, man. And yeah, he looked good against Ortega as well.
Mm-hmm.
Man, that's gonna be a tough one. That's gonna be a good one. I want to go Volkanovski because that's the guy I like to watch. He's basically that's who I have to watch. I want to go with Volkanovski. That's a tough one though. That's a tough one.
Last one here: Jack Della or Bilal Muhammad?
Jack Della or Bilal Muhammad? I'm gonna go with Bilal Muhammad.
One thing that I've noticed is you're fighting in that 125 division. And for so long, I feel like a lot of fans got burnt out from the 125 division because Demetrius Johnson was so dominating. I mean, they had to literally create an ultimate fighter just to find him an opponent. They do a trade. He gets traded for Ben Askren. He goes to 1. And now you're starting to see this division is absolutely loaded with guys. And even on the regional scene, there's so many top 125ers out there. This is, in my opinion, one of the toughest divisions in the sport. And I think the longevity with all the prospects coming in there, it's going to be a top division for years and years to come. Does it excite you knowing that it's such a stacked, talented division?
Yeah, it excites me because it's the 125 division isn't going anywhere. They were really trying to get rid of that. It's not, the 125 division is not going nowhere at all. It's not going nowhere. So yeah, of course, it excites me. And we got a whole bunch of prospects coming up as well.
For you, what would it mean to be able to fight in the UFC?
It would mean a lot. It would mean I get my chance to show why I'm the best in the world. That's what it would mean. And it's like when we and my coach will always talk, when we get to the UFC, we're not looking for just 3 fights, like how I said. We're not looking for tune-up fights. We want Pantoja. We want the champion. Like, why would I go to they're bringing me in so I could be it's not my pro debut where I got to warm up. It's like I'm already at that stage. It's like I'm at the best promotion. I'm at the numero uno promotion. I should be ready to go. I should be ready to fight the best guy in the world.
All right, last question for you, Cody. So we're just getting into 2025 here. We're in March. We got 10 more months left. In a perfect world, how does this year play out for you?
In a perfect world, hopefully Contender Series, can get on the Contender Series. Then I start my UFC career this year.
Absolutely. Well, hey, Cody, man, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it, man. You're a guy that I've been watching for a while. I really feel like the UFC's calling soon for you, my brother. And thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks for having me. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely. Well, that's it for us today. I am Carlo Prusa. That is Mr. Cody Davis. Keep following him because he's going to make a move, and it's going to be pretty soon. Take it easy.
Thank you. I appreciate it. All right.